Okay guys, this is the video for Monday's extra practice, adding and subtracting fractions using the lowest common denominator. So the explanation is when you have a fraction expression of 1/2 plus 1/3, you cannot add them because they're not from the same whole. So you need to find equivalent fractions that have the same denominator. So the first step is to take your denominators. So our first denominator of 1/2 is 2. And we're going to list out the first few multiples of 2. So our first couple multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. And I think we can stop there. And then we're going to list out the first couple multiples of our second fraction, or the denominator of our second fraction, which is 3. So the first couple multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, and I'm going to stop. So the lowest common multiple, or the lowest common denominator of 1/2 and 1/3 is 6, okay? So now we're gonna change 1/2 to have a denominator of 6. So to get from 2 to 6, I have to multiply 2 times 3. Well, if I do it to the denominator, I have to do it to the numerator also. So my new fraction that's equivalent to 1/2 is 3/6. I'm going to do the same thing for 1/3. So 1/3, I need to get an equivalent fraction that has a denominator of 6. So to get from 3 to 6, I multiply times 2. If I multiply the denominator times 2, I'm also going to multiply the numerator times 2. So 1 times 2 is 2, so my equivalent fraction to 1/3 is 2/6. Now they both have the same denominator and are out of the same whole, which means then I can add them. So then I'm going to add 3/6 plus 2/6 to get 5/6. And this is simplified, or in its most reduced form, because the greatest common factor between 5 and 6 is 1. So if I were to divide 5 by 1, I'd get 5. And if I divided 6 by 1, I would get 6. So it's simplified or reduced. So to do the work, you're going to then, you can either print this out and do the work right on the paper, or you can do the work on a piece of loose leaf paper and hold on to it, because then tomorrow I'll post the answers in Google Classroom. Thanks, guys.